Good evening. Hi, welcome. I'm Pierre Brolt, the Director of Theater Studies here at Notre Dame College, and I want to welcome you all to the beginning of our second annual New Play Festival here at NDC. Yes, we have a live audience with us, and I first want to thank our sponsors. Without their generous support, we wouldn't be able to be doing what we're doing this full week. First, the generous support of the Cuyahoga Arts and Culture. Thank you so much. Let's give them all a round of applause. And Notre Dame College for supporting. This is the second year of the New Play Festival, and we're really excited to bring it back this season. So thank you, Notre Dame, for your support in the faculty. Let's give them a round of applause. So what is the New Play Festival? Really, the New Play Festival is, we're looking for the new next work for young audiences. So in order to do that, I need your help. So after the live stream, by clicking the link in the comments, you can fill out the questionnaire and send it back. You will help us decide out of the top 5 this whole week, which one will be fully produced this April in a couple months. So tonight, thank you for watching, just checking my notes, and make sure to check our new website, which you can find on Notre Dame, www.notredamecollege.edu. Search for Performing Arts, and you'll be able to find our new website, which will give you up-to-date information. If you're a prospective student interested in coming to Notre Dame College, you can find out about the majors and minors we have here. As well, if you're interested in being a donor to the program, you can just click a link and donate on our new site. So thank you so much, and let's begin. Every Day is a Holiday, a play on holiday themes by Phil Vassallo. Scene 1, Resolution. Sunday, January 4th, Itemtown Mall.
How slow can they be? They've already been there for like an hour.
It's been 5 minutes.
Longer.
No, it hasn't.
Way longer. At least 10.
Whatever.
I know when we left them in the store.
I'm not
I
arguing.
was looking at my watch.
There you go. Already breaking your New Year's resolution. And it's what? Only January 4th?
What are you talking about?
You know.
You said you weren't going to freak out over everything.
Freaking out? You call this freaking out?
Yeah.
You don't know what freaking out is.
You are the embodiment of freaking out. You have redefined and refined freaking out.
I knew we
Let
shouldn't.
it go.
I knew we shouldn't have let Cookie and Flip together. They feed on each other like bees in honey. They could raise hell in heaven.
They're fine. Mike's with them.
Herc for joy. He falls asleep on babies walking off of cliffs.
Mike looks out for his brother.
Like he looks out for his girlfriend.
Keep out of my business.
Come on, Boop. They'll exchange your clothes and be out in a second. What'd you get with your gift card?
Just an even exchange for this coat. I wanted a darker color.
Nothing really. These socks are for Flip. My underwear, some lipstick. Not sure if the color will work. Eyeshadow, probably won't use it. More underwear. I needed these pens. These pens too. They had a great deal on journals, so I bought them all up. Post-its, tape, a stapler, scissors, staple remover, markers, more pens.
The markers spill from the package. She gathers them from the floor, searches her bag for a missing one, and continues her inventory.
How did that happen? They should be sealed. Where's the other one? They came forward to a pack, ready to go. Eyeliner, blush, perfume, underwear, socks for me, stocking. What?
How much do they pay you at a food zone?
I didn't make any resolutions about shopping, did I? That's where I draw the line. What took you so long?
Bill got busted.
What?
Shoplifting?
No, man. A thief he's not.
What happened?
Graffiti. He was writing on the walls in the changing room.
OMG, that's where the 4th marker went.
Phil's one crazy dude.
For real.
What's so funny? You probably put him up to it.
Did not.
You always do. You're always trying to out crazy each other.
I had nothing to do with it.
Is that why he said, "Hey, Cookie, check out my Picasso," just before undercover security guard grabbed him?
Why didn't you stay with him?
We wanted to, but they kicked us out of the store.
The James Bond dude said he would call us accomplices if we didn't leave. Not that I care.
For such a control freak, how can you go with the fearless, fire-eating, foolish Flip of a freak?
Leave her alone, will you?
Your mother's going to kill him.
Are you kidding? My mother lets him get away with murder, but my father, he would put him on a short leash enough to trip him at every step if he was a flea, and tight enough to strangle him if he wasn't for my mother. My father sure knows how to pick 'em.
Your mother's cool.
As far as stepmothers go.
You said it yourself 1,000 times.
Next short story, that doesn't mean she doesn't play favorites. She worships the ground that Phil walks on. Meanwhile, I gotta apologize for sneezing. Phil could firebomb the house and she'd ask, "Honey, are you having a bad day?"
Why doesn't your pop say something?
Did you ever hear the word henpecked?
Should we call your folks?
Not yet. Let's see what happened.
I can't believe he did that. He promised me. He said he'd start acting normal.
Another New Year's resolution bites the dust.
He said that when we were making resolutions on New Year's Eve, he wasn't in the right mind.
I knew that was a dumb idea.
December 31st is just arbitrary as another day of the year.
Stop being such a philosopher.
Get a hold of yourself.
Get a hold of yourself, better yet.
Stop being such a jerk to your sister, jerk.
Ooh, if my girl said that to me.
Would everybody stop, please? Aren't we friends? Aren't we supposed to stick together? Especially at times like this?
You know
You
what?
are so
Phil
selfish. You know that?
had the
You
one
can't think for a
punishment.
minute for
Get
somebody
away
else
from
to
me.
pain.
Like,
How
I'm
can
not
you call
gonna
yourself a
anymore.
writer when you
No.
do nothing for no one?
We're the scheme team. We're each other's blood. Each of us wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the other. Alone, we're 1/6 of what we are now. Together, we're whole. We're the end.
Well, right now we're 5'6".
Not your fault.
Phil will find a way out.
He always does.
I hope so.
Yeah, resolutions are meant to be broken, Doc. I'll give you that. I lost my cool. I spent too much. Flip screwed up again. But we made a resolution 6 years ago to be one. And we have, through school, failing tests, losing games, getting fired from jobs, bully threats, detention, suspensions, punishments. In the end, we're always there for each other. So no one can tell me that resolutions aren't real. They're more real than anything else I know.
Phil enters, slowly approaching his friends. He extends his hand to Mike, who hands him his shopping bag. All eyes on Phil in silence. He pulls a marker out of the bag and hands it to Liz.
Thanks, babe.
Don't you
How
have
could
any
you do a thing like that?
Doing that?
Don't you want to know what happened?
Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
cool.
That's just like your neck like your parents want.
Okay.
Okay,
Don't
you can't just
walk
walk
away.
away.
Don't
Right,
do
right,
it
right.
like that.
All
Just
right,
tell us,
speak
tell us.
up.
I thought you'd never ask. Where did you guys leave off? Yeah. You walked out once the security guard shooed you away, and he walked me in the inner office. There's a whole operation behind the store with cubicles and computers and cameras, just like backstage on The Late Show, except today's Sunday, and nobody's back there but me and the security guard. Tells me to sit down in one of the cubicles and begins to stare at me. After about a minute, I say, I hope you have other security guards in the store, because while you're messing with me, there could be real hardened criminals pilfering every aisle. That didn't work, so I started moving my fingers in my pocket real obvious. Like when Leonardo DiCaprio was texting the state trooper in the midst of the bad guys in The Departed. When he finally noticed, he said, What are you doing? I said, contacting my lawyer. He said, No, you aren't. But I could tell he wasn't sure, so then he said, Give me that phone. I said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. He said, I don't think you realize something, kid. You're under arrest. I said, No, I'm not, and you can't touch my phone. He said, Yes, I can, and I've got the right to kick your behind. Then I took my phone out and said, I got all that on tape, which I just emailed to my lawyer. Threatened to illegally confiscate personal possessions and cause bodily harm. Send. Then we went a long minute. He said, I'm the law, son, and you're just a punk that thinks you're above the law. But you ain't. I eat up pipsqueaks like you for lunch. How dare you act away when I got you in custody? This is serious business, and you're too dumb to know it. Just give me $20, pat over the mess you made, and that marker, and I'll let it slide. Then I said, bribery, just sent that message too. Now he gets real wired up. You're lucky I don't have you arrested, you spoiled mama's boy. You're blessed I don't throw the book at you. You don't know how good of a future you ran into when I walked into your sorry life. If it was any of the other guards, they'd have stuck out every last dime of your spoiled brat pockets. They would have beaten your little legs until you had to crawl home. They would have made you disappear like another statistic on a milk carton. Is that how you show your appreciation to me? Now get out of this store before I change my mind. And don't ever let me see that smug little baby face again.
That's crazy.
You're the only guy on earth that can outbust the buster.
How did he know about the part about you being a mama's boy?
You're so stupid. You worry me to death.
I gotta keep you on your toes.
So here we are, one big happy family again.
Something you can write a story about.
You know what they say, the way you begin the year is symbolic of how you start the year.
Then I feel sorry for Phil.
This is the 4th of the year.
But this is the first that we're together.
And that makes all the difference.
Resolved.
Resolved.
Blackout. Scene 2, tolerance. Friday, January 16th, Itemtown High School lunchroom. Loudspeaker announcement. Congratulations to the Itemtown girls Stingrays for defeating Madison and Jefferson in a triangular swim meet yesterday. It's not too late to audition for the spring play. Go to the auditorium at 2:45 on Monday if interested. Go Itemtown! Go Stingrays!
Why don't you talk to Herc about it? He'll listen to you.
You're making an issue out of nothing.
Don't tell me that. Lulu's been my friend since kindergarten. She's always had this problem.
That's crazy. You don't get anorexia when you're 5 years old.
Shh. Everyone can hear. She might have been diagnosed, but she always showed tendencies. I know what I'm talking about.
You're always looking for things that aren't there, boo.
Ugh. This sandwich truly sucks.
Let me see.
Don't take too much.
Ugh. You could have it. That would make me anorexic.
Don't joke about that. Here comes Herc. Tell him.
You tell him. It's your issue.
It's Lulu's issue. He's your brother. Tell him.
What's up?
Martin Luther King Jr. Day, here we come.
Got that right.
Thank God it's Friday, a 3-day weekend.
Hi. Where's Lulu?
On her way, she stopped in the bathroom.
What's she doing there?
Great question. Let's go through all the possibilities.
I never use the bathroom.
What do you got at home? An outhouse?
I mean the bathroom here, stupid.
What do you mean you don't use the bathroom? Like, never?
Never.
You mean in the 3 years we're in high school, you've never used the bathroom?
Not once.
What about middle school?
Nope.
Elementary?
Never.
And you say Lulu's got a problem.
You've never needed to go?
I didn't say that. I'm human, ain't I? I said I never used the bathroom.
What do you do?
Wait until I get home?
What if you had to go at 8:30? After school, you got sports or student council, so you don't get home until like 5 at the earliest. You wait until then?
Yeah.
That's nuts. Is there something like the opposite of bulimia? That's what you got.
Not funny.
Yeah, you don't purge, you glom.
Let it go, baby. Set it free. It'll all be all right.
Great help you are. I got news for you. Helen never goes to the bathroom either.
Well, she's there now.
And you don't find that strange.
Do you?
Think about it.
Change the subject. Here she comes.
What subject? Am I missing something?
What else is new?
Hey, I'm trying to sit here and eat my lunch, and you're like all over me, Liz.
What else is new?
Since you don't want to be a part of this, butt out. What's with you?
Don't you know?
Know what?
Didn't they tell you?
Who? What?
Carmen and Nick broke up.
What?
Really?
Cookie and Doc?
Nick just told me like 5 minutes ago when we were leaving chemistry.
He didn't tell me anything.
Don't you talk to your brother?
That's exactly why he didn't tell me anything.
What happened?
You'll have to ask them.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
They're made for each other. They've been together longer than any of us, since freshman year. They're both smart. They like writing. They got social conscious. Got the same musical taste.
Opposites attract.
Yeah, look at the two of you. Miss I got it under control and Mr. Control this.
Ha ha.
It's true, Liz. You're a lion tamer and Phil's the lion.
Hey, that makes me under her control.
Shut up and eat. How can you eat 2 sandwiches?
I'm hungry. Why? You want some?
No. Do you, Lulu?
I'm good.
Don't you have anything to eat?
I'm okay.
You sure?
Really, I don't want to eat your lunch. I had my own.
You did?
Yeah.
Lulu, who are you fooling? You haven't eaten lunch since I can't remember when.
Are you keeping a scorecard?
Enough to know when you're lying.
I don't lie.
You just said you had lunch.
I did.
And when, may I ask, did you eat it?
Man, lay off her.
I didn't eat it. I gave it to Jessica Williams
Jessica Williams? Why would you give her your lunch?
because she needs it.
Come on, you haven't eaten since we got back from Christmas break.
That's because I've been giving her my lunch since we got back from Christmas break.
That's wild.
Hold it. You hate Jessica Williams.
I did.
She's the biggest bully in the school. You saw her yourself smash Heidi's head against the locker. She literally tore Samantha's hair off her scalp.
I know.
Is she threatening you?
She's messing with the wrong chick.
Is she stalking you?
Actually, I stalked her. I got tired of her taking everybody's lunch, so I decided to give her mine.
You mean you just walked up to her and said, Hi, Jessica. I'd like to reward you for being such a bully. I'd like to feed the beast.
Something like that.
Whoop, whoop.
I mean it. She doesn't have a friend in the school. Everyone's so prejudiced because of the way she looks.
Prejudice about her race or her mammoth size?
Both. So she acts out like everyone expects her to.
Oh, little Miss Bleeding Heart, trying to make a Muppet out of a monster. Ain't gonna happen.
I'm just trying to see her situation for what it is. She lives with her grandmother, who's on welfare. Her mom's in jail. She doesn't know her father. She's already had a baby of her own. She's going to flunk out of school if she doesn't get expelled or arrested for assault. We always talk about the golden rule in this school, but that's all it is. Talk. Talk is cheap. I decided to act for once.
Is she grateful?
I didn't ask her for her gratitude.
Okay, so you give Jessica your lunch. But why don't you make lunch for yourself too?
What are you so worried about? I'm trying to lose weight.
You're as skinny as a rail.
I'm doing it for the Anne Frank part I got. I'm getting into character.
Whatever. I don't want us to break up. The six of us were perfect together.
We'll still be together.
What's up?
Dudes.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, it's true.
We love you guys.
I know. We love you too.
What happened?
Not now.
I gotta bounce.
How can you eat so much so fast? Where are you going?
Spanish beckons.
Since when do you get to class on time?
Why don't we go with them, Liz?
I want to stay here.
Liz!
You guys all right?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Lay off.
Liz!
If you need me.
We're okay.
Because I'll stay.
Later, boob.
Yeah, later.
Okay.
After dinner yesterday, I started writing a poem about us.
Please, Nick.
I want to tell you this. The first line was, "Worlds we still cross lose their borders when we touch each other's goodness." I couldn't get the second line going. So what did I do? I said line's too long. It's not poetic enough either. It doesn't have the right meter or rhythm. I ripped up the draft and started the second draft, but I couldn't start the new first line. So I sat there and sat there. The worlds we still cross lose their borders when we touch each other's goodness. Then I looked at the time. It was midnight. I was sitting there for 5 hours doing nothing, just staring at my notebook, wasting my entire life. How could that be? What kind of loser am I to do a thing like that? And then I realized I wasn't wasting my time at all. I was reliving every moment we spent together with the scheme team, and especially the times we spent alone. First time we knew we had something together. Our last 2 summers, every kiss, every promise. I know I love you, Cookie. Then that line dropped in my mind again, that overlong, unpoetic line, and it struck me. It had 17 syllables. Broke it up to 3 lines, 5, 7, and 5. The worlds we still cross lose their borders when we touch each other's goodness. A haiku for you.
It's beautiful. I was up all night too. I didn't sleep a minute and I'm not tired. Isn't that crazy? But I couldn't stop writing from the moment I got home. I wrote an article for the literary journal, a practice essay for the PSAT, a book report for social studies, a testament of hope by Martin Luther King Jr. What else? And a bunch of emails to cousins and friends around the world. I couldn't stop. Maybe it's good we're breaking up. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I do know that we're going to cross every world, Nick. We're going to change them.
I haven't even changed yours.
Holding up the papers, she takes his hand.
But you have. See?
Blackout. Scene 3, leadership. Monday, February 16th, Itemtown Medical Center. Loudspeaker announcement. Dr. Petrar, ICU. Dr. Petrar, ICU.
You are so lazy. You know that? I did all the work, and all you have to do is show up, read the paper, review the slides, and basically be a talking head. Hey, lazy.
Leave him alone. We're in a hospital.
Just because you don't care whether you'll fail doesn't mean you have to take everyone else down with you.
Whoop, whoop.
Shut up. You're embarrassing yourself.
You know what you should do? Just pretend that homework is like a football game. 388. Ha ha. Herc takes the snap. It looks like a bootleg as he cradles the American History Project under his arm. No, it's an option pass. He rips a pass across the field.
Are you crazy?
Whoop, whoop.
Actually, basketball is in season. Pretend you're doing an assignment, a way of beating a full court press when we're down by 1 with 10 seconds to play. There goes Herc, taking the inbound pass from Doc. He's walking across the court. Then he goes for the layup and score.
You're going to get us kicked out.
And baseball is around the corner. Herc takes a big lead off first base. There's not a soul in the park who doesn't know he's looking to steal. The Monroe pitcher throws from the stretch position. There goes Herc and safe. L-A-Z-Y.
Your cousin's nuts.
Don't I know it? Okay, enough already. Here.
Give it to your lazy boyfriend. Tell him he's got a job to do.
I wonder how Liz is doing.
Text Doc.
I did.
I did too. And Liz, but no reply.
I'm sure she's okay.
What a freak accident.
Man, the way her ankle hit the ground was so nasty.
Carmen, you get beaten up all over the softball and soccer fields and on the basketball court, but nothing happens to you. You too, Mike.
Hey, what about me? Am I chopped liver?
Meanwhile, Liz walks along the pool, slips and cracks her ankle. Go figure.
Life's unpredictable.
For sure. Why doesn't Nick come out?
He's family.
Yeah, but he knows we're out here waiting to find out how Liz is doing.
Maybe that's why he hasn't come out. Because I'm here.
Nah, it ain't that. It's been a month since he broke up with him.
And a month since Nick's been acting like a jerk.
Why? Because he hasn't been hanging out? He's done that before. He'll be back.
He's being a jerk.
Maybe a little distant. Like you don't get into dark moods. I looked up the word drama queen and I found your picture there.
Lay off.
He lives! The caffeine's finally kicking in, eh? Mr. D soon will be walking zombie in no time. How did I get suckered into letting you be my partner on this project?
Cut it out.
I can handle her. I see you're not going to let up. Where do I come in? Yeah? Here? Our new Republic presentation is on George Washington, a founding father of our nation. In fact, he is known as the father of our nation, the first commander-in-chief of the Continental Army, and the first president of our republic. Washington's footprints were everywhere in the American British colonies and the newly formed independent United States during the last quarter of the 18th century. Born in Westmoreland County, Virginia in 1732, a patriot of the French and Indian War, more commonly known as the 7 Years' War. Geez, what is this, a Wikipedia ripoff? All you left out is that he could never tell a lie after chopping down a cherry tree.
Go to hell.
Back to middle school again. And you're the editor of the literary journal?
You didn't even lift a finger for this project.
It looks like you haven't either. Whoop, whoop.
Can't you two just work this out?
You do way worse, Mr. D.
If one word could exemplify the persona of George Washington, it would be reluctance. Not long after a notable defeat at Fort Necessity, he resigned from his military post at the youthful age of 36 during the height of the 7 Years' War to become a tobacco planter, occasional Virginia politician, husband to his wife Martha, and father to his stepchildren. He was also reluctant to assert a leading position against the Stamp Act of 1765 until the intolerable acts of the British Parliament compelled him to take a moral stand. Although a willing soldier in returning to the military 16 years later, he was reluctant to lead the Continental Army as commander-in-chief, but in acceptance of the position in the name of duty. He was reluctant participant of the Constitutional Convention of Philadelphia after the conclusion of the war in 1787. He was reluctant to accept the position of president because of his aversion to monarchy, but he accepted under the condition that he would define the limits of office. Because of his independent wealth, he was reluctant to accept a salary as president until he realized that such a generous gesture would create a precedent of allowing only the wealthy to hold the office. He was reluctant to preside over a new nation for what he considered to be an excessive length of time, citing again his fear of one man seizing too much power. He was reluctant to send his state militias to quell with the Whiskey Rebellion, but he did it to send a message that the nation could defend itself against internal rebellion. He was reluctant to accede to the party system because of his belief that dissension and chaos would prevail over governance and order. Reluctance, never considered a virtue by politicians and historians, constantly preceded Washington's many accomplishments. Reluctance was the driving force behind the legacy of George Washington, the first leader of the most advanced, powerful democracy in history. May today's world leaders see reluctance as not a sign of weakness, but as a necessity condition before taking preemptive military action and sweeping social change. I hope you all wrote all that down, because I'm too lazy. and you were worried that I would let you fail. Not on your life, sister. Whoop whoop.
That was awesome.
I literally hate you.
Whoa, what more do you want? He's got you covered.
You're such a waste. You know that.
You're just jealous.
Jealous of what? You know what, Lulu? I just figured out why he's your boyfriend. Because he lies around all day listening to your crap and every now and then wakes up and puts you in line. So what? You can shoot a kick butt speech off the top of your head and I couldn't do it without writing it down for 10 hours and practicing it for another 20. But you're a test away from flunking out of school. You would have been expelled in the 9th grade if you weren't a great athlete. But you just did what you did without an ounce of effort. Goes to show how you let yourself down.
Honey, I'm sitting here enjoying my coffee.
And you don't lift a finger.
Because I don't have to.
Let me finish.
You said enough. You lose.
You don't lift a finger to help anyone except for yourself, not even yourself.
Please, Carmen, why are you guys fighting?
Because Boop isn't here. She'd shut us all up in a
She
heartbeat.
just argues just as much as anyone else.
Hi, guys.
Is
How
she
is
What's
she
alright?
taking
doing
so
to her?
long?
Compound fracture left ankle. She's in a cast. Hooking her up with some crutches. Her dad's not back yet?
He couldn't get through to your cell phone, so he called me to say he was bringing the car closer to the emergency entrance.
Had to have the phone off in there. He should have been back by now.
Can we see her?
Not in there. She'll be out in a minute.
Is she in pain?
Not now with medication they gave her.
She's probably high as a kite and more embarrassed than anything else.
What are you two fighting about?
You mean what attack from Carmen was I a target of?
Don't go there, Doc. Really. Don't.
It's my dad. Dad? She almost done. Okay. He's waiting in the car.
How are you doing?
Never felt better. There goes the track season. 6 weeks in a cast and rehab until Memorial Day, all because of a mandatory swim practice on Washington's birthday. A practice that never should have happened.
Luck of the draw. Let's get out of here.
Be careful.
Thanks for coming, guys. You're the greatest. Scheme team. You guys coming?
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Just be yourself. Let's go.
Blackout. Scene 4, Remembrance. Tuesday, May 26, Itemtown High School English class. Teacher's voice. The Memorial Day parade yesterday was spectacular. The sunlight was radiating on the antique cars, the maples were in full bloom, and the smell of barbecued burgers and hot dogs lingered in the warm spring air. Carmen shoots a rubber band at Liz, who shakes her head as in how childish.
What a frustrated Louisa May Alcott.
Beatrix Potter!
Mike wakes up and laughs, as do all but Helen. Teacher's voice. What about Beatrix Potter, Carmen?
Don't know. Must have had a flashback.
Teacher's voice. It looked like Itemtown's entire population of 50,000 lined Main Street to watch the colorful floats representing every community and school group in town. The marching veterans of foreign wars, the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Little League teams, and just anyone else who wanted to display Itemtown pride.
Can someone get me out of here?
Pluto, the dwarf planet.
Helen elbows Carmen to stop. All laugh except Helen. Teacher's voice. That's the last time, Carmen Walker, Clown Princess of Itemtown.
I'm so sorry. It was a junior moment.
Teacher's voice. Very funny. And Helen, watch your elbows. Remember, zero tolerance.
Such a teacher's pet.
Teacher's voice. So all the attention was on the adorable babies in their strollers, the gleaming Corvette Stingrays, the hooting of the volunteer fire company's truck and ambulance squad vans, the police department sirens, and the endless lines of Knights of Columbus chili stand. Carmen shoots the spitball at Liz, who stares angrily at her. Teacher's voice. Yet, with all this Memorial Day activity on Main Street in Itemtown, one very special man went unnoticed by most people. Who was he? And why did they miss a sighting of a lifetime? 2 minutes preparation, 1 minute presentation, 5 points on your report card.
Wake up. Damn, she really needed the whole class time to get to that punchline. And she gives us 2 minutes.
Get up, Sleeping Beauty. What's with you, Herc? Can't you stay awake for 2 minutes?
Put a baseball in his hand. Or a guitar.
Try it in his mouth for the snoring. Were you at the Memorial Day parade?
Say what?
You marched yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
Who was the special guest?
Huh?
Great.
Come on, Herc, think.
I can't remember.
Try hard. Dig deep. Go to where you have never gone before, into the recesses of your distant memory. A whole 20 hours ago. You can do it, Herc.
I got it.
Who?
Frank Belt.
Frank Bell.
Yeah.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. How could I make up a name like that?
I'll Google him.
Nick, be cool. Don't let her see you doing that.
No Frank Belt.
Burke, I'll kill you.
Think. Was he white, black, Native American, Chinese, young, old, a veteran?
An old veteran. That's it.
Great. A lot of help that does.
You're not helping, Liz.
The oldest veteran.
Got it. I remember him on the news. World War One, right?
That's it.
Oldest American veteran. Frank Buckles. Buckles, idiot, not Belt.
I was close.
Thanks for nothing. Now go back to sleep. You got this covered?
Yeah, give me a second to read this.
That was the first 3-day weekend in like forever, and she throws us this curveball?
Every day is a holiday for you.
Is this the only 11th grade? Somebody kill me.
Stop wasting time. None of us were at the parade.
How can she make us know this?
Don't you remember? We were assigned to go.
Well, she covered every citizen of Idletown, and then this endless drowning. There's not a man, woman, or child left. I hate her riddles.
Did you read about the parade in the Daily Ledger?
Who reads papers anymore?
I mean, online?
If it ain't a tweet, it ain't so sweet. And it ain't got me beat. And you thought you were a poet.
It's got to be a veteran or something, or someone on active duty.
Or a reserve.
Teacher's voice, time's up. During the Memorial Day parade on Main Street, one very special man went unnoticed by most people. Who was he, and why did they miss a sighting of a lifetime? Spokesperson?
Frank Woodruff Buckles, age 108, born February 1st, 1901, in Bethany, Missouri, and now residing in Charlestown, West Virginia. Mr. Buckles is the only surviving veteran of World War I. He successfully lied about his age to serve in the Army and was sent to Europe, where he was an ambulance driver. He was received awards from the highest levels of the United States, French, and British governments. Yesterday, he visited Irontown to serve as a Grand Marshal of the Memorial Day Parade. He would need 108 books as thick as to capture all of Frank Buckles' life. He was lived through 20 American presidents and 6 major American wars. He has seen the world population quadruple. When he was born, the U.S. had 40 states. The radio was just coming out of laboratories, and the airplane, the television, and the computer were not invented. When asked he managed to live so long, he said, "When you start to die, you don't." It was an honor to have Frank Buckles in Irontown. Those who missed them definitely missed a chance of a lifetime.
Teacher's voice. Great answer, team. 5 points.
Yeah.
Teacher's voice. Yes, Helen?
Our team has another answer.
Teacher's voice. That was the answer.
If you stretch the challenge question to include a very special woman who couldn't make the parade, then she has gone unnoticed by most people in Itemtown for years. May I?
Teacher's voice. Is it relevant?
Yes.
Teacher's voice. 1 minute. That's all.
The very special person who would have attended the parade if she could is Colonel Georgia Leonard Peters, Environmental Services Detachment, United States Marine Reserves. My mother, who was called to active duty on Friday. Colonel Leonard Peters, 38, is 70 years younger than Frank Buckles. She was born and raised in Itemtown, joined the Marines directly after high school, and served with distinction in Desert Storm before returning home to Itemtown to get married, give birth to 3 children, and has become the greatest wife and mother imaginable while getting a degree in architecture and rising to the level of chief architect for mountain engineering and to colonel in the Marine Reserves. Colonel Leonard Peters will serve her country proudly as she helps Afghanistan rebuild its infrastructure. The last thing she said to me when saying goodbye will not make the newspapers.
Pulls out her mother's dog tags from around her neck.
She gave me these and said to my brother and sister, "Helen's the oldest, so listen to her. She'll be your mother till I return." Colonel Georgia Leonard Peters would have loved to meet Mr. Frank Buckles at the parade, but she would never pass up the chance of a lifetime to serve the country she says she owes her life to.
Teacher's voice. 5 points, and may Colonel Georgia Leonard Peters live to be 108. Blackout. Scene 5, Freedom. Saturday, July 4th, Itemtown Park. Evening, minutes away from the annual fireworks festivities. Loudspeaker. The winner of the 50-50 is ticket number 17395.
You can't deny that Michael Creighton has a point.
Why can't I? People like him are a part of global warming problem.
Whoop whoop.
I'm serious, Flip. Look at the megabucks he made on those books and movies.
Here we go again. Can we change the subject?
You know he makes sense when he says after a couple days in the wilderness, You'd say, later for this log cabin, I'd miss the air conditioning and iPhone. Ozone layer? Screw that. Give me my bug spray. And I don't mean the cream. I want the efficient aerosol can.
People want that stuff because it's there, but it doesn't have to be.
When did fireworks begin?
You know you agree with me on this, dude.
Yeah. And what does that change?
She likes the environment, but she's a reasonable human being first.
Reasonable human beings don't stand a chance in the face of global warming.
Listen, Al Gore, miss, do as I say, but not as I do. You're a part of the problem, too. Look at what you did with that plastic bottle.
I recycle.
Recycle heart.
Be as cynical as you want.
Tosses water from bottle toward Carmen. Everyone gets some.
Come on.
Cynical? You call that cynical? Somewhere on Earth, in this very moment, some poor person is dying of thirst, and I just wasted what could have kept him alive. Why? Because I paid for it.
Crushes bottle and tosses it.
Littering in front of thousands of people? Now that's cynical.
That's embarrassing, Cliff. Pick it up.
I'm wrong only because someone is looking. If no one was looking, would it matter? Behold, Item Town. Litter is all around you.
You know you don't mean that. You're just talking like a punk to rile me up.
I think he really means it.
You're damn right, Miss Bleeding Heart.
And I think I'll puke.
The way you guys are arguing, I'm glad the whole trip is off.
It's not off. Not yet. Come on, Herc.
Then maybe it's you and not her.
Keep Helen out of this. It's all on me.
What if it's me? What of it?
If it's you, then why are you blaming me?
You could go to all the anti-war protests you like. I couldn't care less.
There you go. It is me. What you don't realize that I'm protesting to bring your mom home.
Oh, is that why? Well, don't do it for her any favors she doesn't want done. She's proud to serve her country, right or wrong, and I'm behind her, right or wrong. So you can just keep going into the city in solidarity with those who would destroy the principles that made America what it is.
Miss Liberty.
When dictators take over, you know the first ones they're going to behead? The intellectuals. You.
Whoop whoop. Look, I'm the one who doesn't want to go, all right?
We've been talking about this since the 8th grade. Now that you and Lulu have driver's licenses, you're punking out
Some of us have to work for a living.
in food zone. Please. They won't miss us for a second. And if they fire us, they'll rehire us.
Not in this economy. There's a line of fools waiting to stock produce from here to Jefferson.
Herc, it's not about the crummy job, and you know it. You're a year away from getting a full ride to state college because you can throw a football.
That's not a given. Maybe if I were an affirmative action or a Title IX student.
Whoa! What are you implying?
You don't mean that.
Let's face it, the whole town comes to my games and I get state college. A dozen friends and family show up to your soccer games and half the country's ready to give you a free ticket.
Is it possible your C- average has anything to do with that?
No. Merritt went to the national dump.
Go to hell.
Can it? This is going to be our last summer together for all we know. When we graduate next year, we're all going to be running around making other arrangements. This was our dream, the one thing we all wanted to do, go camping together. Forget your car. We don't need it. We'll take a bus.
Whoop whoop.
I mean it. We can't let this chance slip by. We would give our blood for each other. Lulu, just like your mom feels about her country.
Don't go there. Don't put my mom and us in the same breath. Not now.
Guys, just last month, we shared the same table at junior prom. We go to the beach together, study together, get in trouble together. We've been there for each other since kindergarten. That's the way we feel, despite the complaining. We've got to do this, guys.
I just don't quit on a job like that.
But you're quitting on us, the scheme team.
Get over that, Liz. There is no skiing team. There never was. There isn't now. There never will be. We're just 6 people doing time together until we get released. And my name's Helen, not Lulu. And don't call Mike Kirk. Got that? Look at us. We can't agree on a thing.
We're here together, aren't we?
We're here for the fireworks.
In spite of the noise and air pollution it causes, right, Miss Bleeding Heart?
Why are you attacking me?
And then they cry.
And then we say sorry.
Shut up, Flip. She's got to sing in like 2 minutes. Don't make it worse. Your brother's doing fine all by himself.
Announcer, let's give it up for the Item Town Rollers.
Nobody better regret a thing they said here tonight. I don't want to hear any sorries.
It's a free country.
That it is.
Free to disagree.
What got into you to say that?
Mike said no. Leave it at that.
Is that it? You don't like the way I was talking to your guy?
No, all right? Maybe he means more to me than the scream team.
Why did you come out tonight?
Because of us, honey.
You're right, boo. I was looking forward to the trip.
So was I. Doc?
Without her and now Lulu, Mike and Helen, I don't know.
They're signaling for me.
Kill it, Carmen.
Go for it.
Sing your heart out.
Why?
Free country. I have my reasons.
Free country's not a reason.
Try living somewhere else.
Now you're thinking like every redneck in Item Town.
Then I'm a redneck.
No, you're not.
Redneck, Item Town, my people.
One rocket lights up the sky, followed by an explosion. Spotlight on Carmen. Announcer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off the annual 4th of July Independence Day fireworks display, and to honor America singing our national anthem, entering her senior year this fall at Item Town High School, voted most talented by the class of 2010, the multi-talented honor student, Carmen Walker.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Blackout. Act 2, Scene 1, work. Wednesday, September 9 p.m. Class Chemist, a chain drug and convenience store represented by one colorful point-of-purchase display, whose half-full shelves of vitamin bottles lead restocking. Helen, wearing a store apron, enters carrying a carton, which she places near the point-of-purchase display. She checks her pockets for something, groans over her forgetfulness, and exits. Rushing onto stage is Phil, pushing a shopping cart in which Carmen, acting the queen in a horse-drawn carriage, sits fanning herself with a duster, both wearing store aprons. He storms through the aisles.
Onward, peasant! Halt!
He stops by the point-of-purchase display. She dusts it.
Onward, peasant!
They rush to the exit. Helen re-enters, holding a carton knife, opens the carton, and stocks the bottles. Liz, Mike, and Nick enter. Nick is holding a notebook and a pen. Mike is holding a hardbound book. Helen rises to kiss and hug Mike and then continues working.
Hey, Helen.
Hey.
How goes it?
Where's Flip?
He'll fly by any second.
Am I picking you up for homecoming?
That'd be nice.
You sure it'll be cool with you as homecoming queen and me in my team uniform?
That's fine.
Because Phil said he'd escort you.
Keep it in the family, eh?
That would be great, Lulu.
I know. He offered.
Coach said he'll only give me 1 minute at halftime to escort you. And you know he'll put his stopwatch to it.
A minute's enough.
Flip would do it for you.
A minute with my man is all I want.
Whoa, true love.
That's right. Homecoming queen is not such a big deal.
It once was.
We've been to every homecoming since kindergarten.
With you pretending you were homecoming queen for a week after.
Onward, peasant!
Hey.
What's up?
They're gonna get fired.
Tell me about it.
I busted Carmen today in English. Mr. Pendergast said, my copy of the complete poems of Emily Dickinson to anyone who can name 10 words that have 2 Y's in them in 60 seconds. Now everyone knows he's doing this for Carmen. This is a chance of a lifetime.
For sure.
Miss Emily and Carmen. Perfect together.
What happened?
So she jumps up and screams. What were the words she said, Nick?
Yesterday, yesteryear, yellowy, yeasty, yearly, yo-yo, yummy, yucky, yuppie. And she's stuck at 9.
No way.
So I get up and say,
Androgyny, Mayday, Gypsy, Odyssey, Playboy, Polyphony, Busybody, Mystery, I, and Bye Bye.
No.
No way.
so Pendergast ever so slowly hands the book to me with his real sad look in his mug and says, "We've got a winner." And you can see Carmen's having a meltdown.
You know how to push Cookie's buttons.
So she says, aye, and bye. You've got to be kidding me. And I say, you're just pissed that you limited yourself to words that start with Y. You got to learn to think outside the box, like Pendergast says. So now Pendergast is too happy to give me the book because I brown-nosed him for once in my life.
And Cookie's twice as pissed.
So I said, like your yummy and yucky are any better. But she doesn't give up. She says, aye, and bye are redundancies of I and bye.
Now Pendergast is telling Cookie to cool it.
And here's the zinger. I say, okay, trade in I and bye for psychology and gynecology.
No way.
Now he's beside himself. She yells at Pendergast, that's not fair. You should use rules based on the etymology.
Then comes the low blow.
And then I say, there you go, etymology. If you only had thought of that in the first place, you would have won.
Man, did she stew.
Then, when Pendergast walks back to his desk with his back to us,
Oh, the killer.
I whisper to Carmen, Wiki answers. You should try it sometime.
You should have seen the look on her face.
If she were armed, she would have killed me.
How could you? That's cheating.
No fooling.
That's cold. No wonder she was mauling everyone during soccer scrimmage.
She almost took me out. If we were playing Jefferson today, she would have scored a hat trick.
Or gotten a red card. Is that the book?
Yeah, he said he's had it since his first year of teaching 40 years ago. He's retiring at the end of this year, so once a week he wants to give away the teaching copies from his library.
That is so cool.
It's in great condition. He takes great care of all his books.
It's got Pendergast and margin notes all over it.
That makes it even better.
40 years of notes.
A lifetime of teaching right there in the margins.
Item Town can never replace that knowledge.
He's a walking library.
You skipped the front cover. Check it out. After class, I asked Pendergast to sign it.
September 9th, 2009. To Carmen Walker, with admiration of your love for Emily Dickinson. To a great senior year full of creative work and good memories for you. Literature always, Mr. Pendergast. Herc.
Cool.
She wants it more than I do, so I just made sure that nobody else could get their hands on it.
Sweet.
I, and bye.
Etymology.
Lying on the loose.
Let me go.
Ow!
I'm cool.
For you. Read the front cover.
She reads it, then hugs Mike.
Aww.
It's beautiful. Thanks, Mike.
Not as sorry,
For you cheating? Never.
but you'll take the book my cheating won just the same.
No one else was playing. Pendergast would have given it to me anyway. My name was all over that book, and you know it.
Hey, you're gonna commit homicide with that temper someday.
What about me?
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Aw, is my baby okay?
I'll survive. Barely. You are so dangerous. You know that?
Peasant.
You almost done, Lulu?
No, I'm staying till closing.
How did you get the extra hours?
I asked. Why? Do you want them?
No, that's cool. I got SAT prep starting at 6:30.
And my father just texted me. He needs me for an emergency water break. Gotta run.
Where is it?
Your block.
Get out.
I kid you not.
How bad is it?
I'll let you know.
Life of a plumber. Always busy. Water gets through sooner or later.
Must be cool being a plumber's son. You get all the overtime you want.
You going home?
Me and Boop are off to tutor freshmen for the National Honor Society thing. You?
Food zone. I gotta unload the produce shipment that came in late. Coach will kill me if he knows I'm working.
It's a small town. He'll find out.
Hey, who else is gonna find someone to throw a football like you?
Wow. We're all working after school and after sports. It's only the first day of our senior year. The first day is a harbinger for the rest of the year.
Whoa, look out, Harbinger. Boop's sending us to the dictionary.
Yeah, can you translate?
It means foreteller.
I looked up what gullible in the dictionary.
And
And
it
it
wasn't
wasn't
there.
there.
Okay, guys, bounce. I got a lot of work to do.
I hate growing up. All you do is work.
Or look for it. My dad just got laid off.
What?
Yeah, Herc told me. What's up with that?
When?
Yesterday, first day back from the Labor Day weekend, he goes to his desk and can't log into his computer. That's how they break it to you.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know. Telling you was in our contract.
How could they do that to him? Your mom's in Afghanistan. You're the homecoming queen.
Those facts don't go into firing decisions.
How about the fact that he's worked there forever?
That doesn't seem to count for much either.
He's a civil engineer with one of the biggest state and county contracts in the country. How could they be laying off engineers at this time?
The same way every company in America is laying off millions of employees.
What's he gonna do?
He'll do what millions of other Americans are doing. Look for work.
He'll find something with his skills.
I'm so sorry, Lulu. This is our senior year. It's supposed to be our best ever.
Look, guys, I really don't want to talk about this now. I got a lot to do in the next 3 hours before closing.
Honey, if there's anything we can do, I mean it.
We'll work our way through it.
I don't ever want to lose you guys. Later, Lulu.
You could work hard when no one else is.
Someone asked, Phil.
Do everything right when everyone else is doing wrong.
No one's always right and no one's always wrong.
Do whatever you can to play it safe, but it all breaks up.
And it comes back together again.
Liz says she never wants to grow up, but she knows we were born grown up. She just doesn't want to face it.
I love you.
We've been working ever since I can remember.
I want you to be my wife.
She talks about work like it's a disease, but it's more like an instinct.
I want us to have your children.
What did Nick once say? I want to work to live, not live to work. What's the difference? You work either way. Only you convince yourself that you're getting over.
I don't know what else to say or how to say it. Will you marry me? Are you hearing me?
Yes, and yes.
Blackout. Scene 2 Discovery, Monday, October 12th, City Museum. At up center, a flat on which is projected a portrait of Christopher Columbus by Rodolfo Ghirlandaio, with a sign above it which reads, Explorers and Conquistadors of the New World, 15th and 16th centuries. On the wall beside them is text.
This is an awesome exhibit.
All I see are mugshots of a bunch of madmen.
For real.
I thought you liked these guys, Flip. They were the ultimate salesmen. Columbus, Cortez, Pizarro, and De Soto stated out with nothing. And they schemed their way to kings and queens and appealed to their greed to fuel their own ambitions. The perfect stuff for someone like you who's aspiring to be a CEO.
Which painting are you writing about, Doc?
The one by Columbus,
It says here the artist is unknown.
uncertain, but Rodolfo Ghirlandaio gets credit for it. I don't agree. If you check it out, his portrait of gentleman and the portrait of an old man in the next gallery, you see no similarities.
Then who did it?
At first, I thought Ghirlandaio's pupil, Michel Sony, but he was too young at the time Columbus died. Although he could have copied his teacher's painting of Columbus on his own style. After looking at Lorenzo di Credi's work, you'd say that his fingerprints were all over it.
So, De Credo it is?
Di Credi, yes,
That's your opinion, Doc.
which I'm entitled to.
Is that going to be the thesis of your art research paper?
Probably not.
Why not? It's a perfect topic for you.
2 reasons. For one, you never catch me writing about Renaissance art if I don't have to. It just doesn't turn me on.
Could have fooled me.
Nah, man, it's necessary evil. I've got to study it, and inspire what it inspired. But beyond that, it does nothing for me.
It's beautiful.
That it is. But you give me 19th and 20th century art, from the Impressionist to the Fauvist, the Cubist to the Surrealist to the Abstract Expressionist, I'll take those lines of thought any day.
So, write the one about De Credo for me. Whoop whoop!
Be credi. Thanks for the offer, but not.
Man, you're so into art. Whenever anybody says anything about art, I say, I got a friend Nick who knows more than you do.
What's your second reason?
Huh?
Your second reason for not doing your decree paper. You said you have 2 reasons.
I don't have to write a paper.
You do if you want to get through Thomason's class.
I'm not worried about getting through Thomason's class.
Well, you better worry. He's the best AP teacher in the school.
I don't care about AP.
Yes, you do. If you want to get into Cornell.
I couldn't care less,
Why don't you just tell them, Nick?
because I'm not letting some made-up system decide for me.
Oh, Here we go.
Whoop whoop.
Really, man.
It's all a bunch of rules made up by control freaks that put us in cages. And that's a game I'm not playing anymore.
Just tell them.
Tell us what? Doc?
I'm dropping out.
It's about time.
Huh.
Whoop whoop.
Not funny, Flip. You what?
He's not serious.
Oh, yes, I am.
Where is this coming from? Nick?
I just told you if you listened.
Come again?
Yeah, I think we missed something.
You taking him seriously?
Shut up. What do you want to know?
For starters, what drugs you've been on?
Why?
I don't have to answer to you.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I'll say it again. I'm sick and tired of being like everyone else. Just because everyone else in America has to go from kindergarten to 12th grade doesn't mean I have to. Come to think of it, a lot of people are more successful than anyone we know that never graduated high school. Andrew Carnegie, Thomas Edison, Orville Wilbur Wright, Duke Ellington.
You're crazy, Doc.
Just because everyone dies, that doesn't mean that I have to.
That's exactly my point, Lulu. You think all school is as certain as death and taxes. Not.
What's certain is that Daddy will kill you.
Not again. I told him. And he didn't say jack.
You told Daddy?
Yeah.
What did he say?
As you can see, he didn't kill me.
So what did he say?
He's nothing. He said, "You're 18, you're a man, it's your call."
Man, I wish my pops was that cool.
Shut up.
That's not a man's decision. It's a boy's decision. A foolish, gutless boy.
Thanks, sis.
Is Daddy that hard up for you to work with him, fixing emergency leaks and unclogging drains?
Don't mock what Dad does. It's honorable work.
I'm not.
It's what he does well. He raised us after Mom died on the hard-earned money he made for plumbing. Go ahead, laugh, friend. Whoop, whoop.
Don't change the subject, Doc. I mean, is that you could do so much more.
I'm not changing the subject. What does it mean, so much more, huh? Make it sound like being a student is the greatest accomplishment in life.
I'm saying what it leads to is
That's what I've been screwed into believing. It's an ultimate sucker punch. Well, we have it wrong. What Dad does, a plumber, that's the ultimate. What Helen's mom does by serving her country in the Marines, that's the ultimate. I can't wait. I'm going to get the ultimate for me. And it sure isn't college. It sure whatever life I'm living now. So don't worry, Boop. I'm not going to work with Dad. It's what you got down.
what do you propose you do?
Travel. Right.
Without an income?
You got it. People do it all the time. Just not as many of those follow the K-12 system.
You're serious, aren't you, Doc?
Where was I when all this was going on?
So this is about you.
How come you didn't tell me? Why didn't Daddy tell me?
Here's your reaction. That's why.
And you've known about this?
Yeah,
And you're okay with it?
your dad is right.
Yo, man, you got this far?
Shame on me that I did. I've been wanting to make this decision since I was 16. You see those dudes? If they were from Africa, maybe we'd still be an arrogant society. If they were from China, maybe it's more homogeneous. If they were South American natives, maybe more tribal.
Hypocrite! You're so damn smart. You know that.
Helen, we're in a museum.
Let go of me. Argarian, homogeneous, tribal? Where the hell did you get those ideas from, huh? From school.
From reading.
From assigned reading. From Thomason's AP Art History. You know so much, but only what he sends to you. Only what you can find in a book.
Lay off, Lulu.
No, let her finish.
You better believe I'm going to finish. You always wave about loyalty, but you're making it meaningless. An empty word. If you had this much loyalty, you'd owe it to Thomason to stick it out, just to thank him for what he's taught you. Where else are you going to get more unoriginal ideas that you can go from blathering about?
Ouch.
Whoop, whoop.
Liz punches Phil.
Ow.
Dad's been running you around with him in that damn plumbing van for the past 4 years, not because he wants to give you some spending money. He could use all that money himself, not because he needs you. In fact, it's a drag he's got to teach you. He's better off by himself. It's because he wants you to know how hard life can be without an education.
American dream BS talk doesn't exist anymore.
You know why your dad didn't say anything, Nick? He was in shock. And you're betraying him.
What do you know?
That's not fair.
Fair? My mom is in Walter Reed Hospital recovering from shrapnel wounds, and my dad is on unemployment. Liz and Nick lost their mom when they were in 3rd grade. Mike and Phil's parents are divorced. You're adopted and don't even know your natural parents. And Nick is saying this to his dad, to all of us? Sister, don't tell me what's not fair.
Should we go on?
I've had enough museum for one day.
We just got here.
Why does it always end in a fight? You got back together again. We all went down to DC to visit your mom at the hospital. We love each other.
And this is the way we show it.
I suppose.
I'll tell you what, you guys are more important to me than anything else, than work, than school, than anything.
You're done with your college apps.
What does that have to do with anything?
Duke, Georgetown, NYU, you tell me.
None of us are applying there.
Doesn't mean I'm getting in.
Valedictorian, 3-letter athlete, student council prez?
Oh, yes, it does.
So what are you saying, that I don't care about us?
No, just that there aren't many scheme team gatherings left.
Let's make them good ones.
True that, Peter Pan.
Only a few weekends and holidays ago.
So can we move on already?
You bet. What new bad things can we learn about Columbus?
Lulu?
Sure thing.
All but Liz start toward the exit.
Doc,
What?
Decredi my foot. Rodolfo Ghirlandaio painted that.
How would you know?
I do,
Even the experts aren't certain.
but you are.
No, it's just that I studied his paintings after Thompson assigned Renaissance painters.
You did independent work above and beyond the call. I know. I'm in that class too.
So give me some credit.
All you're ever looking for, credit. And when you don't get it, you drop out. Like you dropped Cookie last year for no reason at all. Like you're dropping out of school.
Give me some space.
And you call me Peter Pan? Hello? You're too much a baby to figure out yet that you don't want to grow up.
I'm not arguing with you.
Ghirlandaio, not Decredi. Stop being so damn contrary about everything.
It's not that important.
To you? Yes, it is. You die to find out.
Okay, but I'm not going to find out here and now.
This is getting nowhere. I'm joining my friends.
Liz, I gotta get out of Itemtown.
You gotta be in it to get out of it. You've never been in it.
Blackout. Scene 3, Honor, Thursday, November 11th, Itemtown High School Auditorium. Helen, Nick, and Phil. Helen and Nick are standing on the auditorium stage rehearsing a play called The Unknown Soldier.
If we take the high ground here and then 1,000 meters in that direction, we should get a good look at them. Call for the platoon and cut them off between the river and our camp.
That's a hard 1,000 meters. What's the alternative?
Back to the camp, ma'am, for reinforcements.
Excuse me?
Lieutenant?
Is this squad combat ready, Sergeant?
Yes, Lieutenant, but if we surprise them from the past, we have to get it covered.
Sergeant, I've been on reconnaissance for the better part of a month. I know the area, and I know what we're up against.
We're only 13 soldiers.
14, counting me.
Gets an enemy of an unknown number.
No more than 20, 30 tops with inferior firepower, and they've got a means of escape if we don't take it to them now.
It's chancy.
1,000 meters that way, we're the target practice. Half that distance this way, we waste them.
They're an isolated platoon. They're meaningless. Send in the air to waste them.
Is that an order, Sergeant?
No, ma'am.
Send in the air? That's what I
I
heard.
beg to differ, Lieutenant.
Line,
Don't beg.
don't beg.
It's
Conduct unbecoming?
Yes, Lieutenant.
We're not sending in the air for every engagement. They've got better battles to fight. 500 meters that way. Now!
Spread your wings, boys. 10 meter apart.
Awesome. I was right there in the valley with you.
good job.
Thanks.
Can't get that line.
You'll get it tomorrow.
It's the third time I've been thrown by that line. I hate that line.
How'd scene 2 go?
Great.
When you introduce yourself, much better. Just build her up really nice.
For sure.
Yeah?
I think we could make the timing of scene 3 a little quicker.
Why rush it?
It's war.
We'll try it at the dress rehearsal.
When's that?
Tomorrow morning at 10:30.
Already?
The first show is tomorrow.
I thought it was next Friday.
You didn't get off.
I forgot.
Phil!
I'll be there for the opening party, and I'll see how the show Saturday.
I got us tickets for tomorrow. I told you 1,000 times. Tomorrow.
You just got out of practice.
What else is new? Collins is a slave driver.
She worked us like crazy.
Can't blame her. This is the first championship team she's ever had. She wants you to be ready.
Hey, we haven't won anything yet.
It'll happen.
You're too strong. You'll go all the way.
Did Con say anything about me? Did she?
She's a fool.
What did she say?
I told you couldn't miss the last day of play rehearsal. She said, Helen's decided that theater is more important than soccer, so I'll put that into consideration when fielding my team.
Miss Zero Tolerance.
She's right. Theater is more important.
There was only one missed practice. Tara missed one, but she's still a star striker and she gets a longer leash.
You're the star of the team.
Tara's got more goals,
And you got all the scholarship offers.
but she'll be playing in college and I won't.
How does it matter, Carmen? You stopped more attacks defensively and created more scoring opportunities offensively from midfield than anybody in the state. Plus, you got the county record for assists.
You're why we're there, Cookie.
And Helen.
That's right. Speaking of which, why aren't you at football practice? Okay, I give up. What does everybody know that I don't?
Herc got kicked off the team.
What? Mike, you're the smartest guy in the school.
And what am I?
Shut up.
It's not that.
It is that. You've got 2 more games to go before your high school career is over.
One, now that I'm suspended.
You're the first guy in the history of our school who was suspended for something other than drugs, fighting, vandalism, or stealing.
I can handle being my own claim to fame. Whoop whoop!
Why are you failing?
He isn't failing.
Whoop whoop!
Why doesn't this matter to you?
140 days to go. Just bidding my time.
Colleges accept you under the conditions that you maintain grades in your senior year.
He is maintaining his grades.
Whoop whoop!
Is everything a joke to you, Flip?
The Marines have a different rule.
You're talking to that recruiter? I don't know who's worse, the drug dealers or the recruiters.
Stop that, Liz.
You can't really be thinking about the service.
Why not?
In this world,
Exactly why I'm doing it.
you'd be fighting for nothing. Nobody cares.
Wait a minute.
It's true. Look at today, Veterans Day, a national holiday, and school is open because it doesn't work into a weekend. We don't even honor the service in this country.
Honey, I'm not doing it to be honored. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. For me, for my country.
This is your country. The country that sends people in the prime of their lives to faraway places, accomplishes nada, and brings them back physically broken with PTSD or in a body bag. I'm sorry, Lulu.
You're entitled to your opinion. Besides, I'm not upset about all that. What's got me going is this play. It just doesn't make sense. I shouldn't have tried out for it.
But you're awesome in it.
It makes no sense. It's called The Unknown Soldier, right? So you think it would give some insight into my part? She's the only soldier that dies.
Maybe that's why it's called the unknown soldier.
Can't get her into my skin. I don't feel her.
You gotta see her in it. She's great.
Hate that line.
What line?
When she says to a subordinate, that's conduct unbecoming. It's bad leadership. It's gutless. She wouldn't say such a thing in that situation. They're about to go into battle.
What would she say then?
I don't know. Something like, I expected more from you, Sergeant. Anything but that.
Or she'd say nothing, just ignore him, and then lead them into the front line of fire.
That's right. Just say what she's got to say and take charge of the situation.
Maybe you just don't like that it's her last line.
Correction. It's her last line alive.
I stand corrected.
She's in those flashbacks in the last scene.
And those are her redemptive lines.
Why does she need redemption? She's fighting with honor and dies in leading a squad to victory.
It's not her story, it's a sergeant's story. It's about he deals with a female commanding officer in life and death.
Not her story? The unknown soldier. Not her story?
Lulu,
Baby, what's he saying?
Nick's a big boy. Let him speak for himself.
maybe you'll feel differently during the dress rehearsal.
And maybe I'll feel worse.
This isn't about your mom.
Nikki, how could you, man? You and your sister are acting like asses.
I said I was sorry, Lulu.
Lulu, we all thank God your mom is back home and at work.
And we'll all be in the audience tomorrow, sitting next to her tomorrow. All except Bozo.
Whoop whoop.
I'm okay, guys. I just got to get past this rule. That's all.
Hey, I've got all night. You want to do another run through?
We just did. All of us. Here, now. Or didn't you notice?
Blackout. Scene 4, Gratitude. Wednesday, November 25th, Idomtown High School soccer field. Occasionally, Phil, as ball boy, fields a ball that bounces out of bounds. So he's supposed to maintain neutrality, but he can't help himself. It's the last several minutes of the county championship game.
Woo! Drive it, Cookie!
Go, Carmen!
Jefferson sucks.
That's the last time you have them scavenging.
Woo! Oh!
Missed by inches.
You'll get the next one, ladies. How much time left?
We're in extra time. Come on, we need one more.
We'll get it. Woo! Aw. Go, ladies!
Good move, Tara.
Cookies open! Cookies open! Cookies open!
Cookies open.
Woo!
Go, Cookie.
Aw.
Foul.
What game are you watching, Ref?
That number 10 is dirty. Card her.
Woo! Carmen's on fire!
Great tackle, Boo.
Way to go, Liz! Woo!
Triple whistle sound, game over.
Aw.
Cookie had to clear the line to goal.
Tell me about it.
How do you miss that foul?
They stole the game.
Man, they're stunned. Just look at them standing on the field.
Check out Tara. She's crying.
Helen, too. They got nothing to be ashamed of.
They played a great game.
They could hold their head up high.
Cookie so wanted it for her dad.
I can't believe he's dead.
It's surreal.
Just 2 weeks ago. And Cookie goes out there and plays a game of her life.
A hat trick.
A goal short.
A great season.
True that.
We're an unlucky bunch in a bad year. Boot breaks her ankle, Lulu's dad loses her job, and her mom gets hit by an IED in Afghanistan. Cookie's dad dies of a heart attack.
And tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
And 2 weeks later, look at how the heart she showed out there.
That's Cookie.
Oop, too.
She pulled off some defensive gems out there.
She had to do it all alone back there.
How did Collins keep Maggie as keeper? She let them roll through her legs.
And benching Helen?
I guess she wanted us to lose.
Hey, they were great out there.
It's a strange year.
Senioritis.
Better than the dropout itis you had a month ago. Whoop whoop!
Cookie and Liz played a hell of a game.
True that. We all going to your house for turkey tomorrow?
I thought we were going to Helen's house.
Nah, Lulu's got Christmas covered. We got tomorrow. Herc?
Well, you really need to get that calendar feature on your iPhone.
It doesn't understand me.
For real?
Whoop whoop! Let's go out front and wait for them.
I swear, if I see that ref,
You okay, Cookie?
Yeah,
That number 10 got away with murder out there.
she beat me. That's all.
Like hell she did.
Not now, Liz.
Good hustle, girls.
You would have won if Collins played you.
I don't know. Those girls had speed out there. They were gargantuan.
You would have out-finessed them in the backfield. They wouldn't have scored 4 against you and me together. Nobody ever has.
Margie had an off day.
She got the heebie-jeebies as soon as the opening whistle blew.
She did the best she could. Jefferson 4, Itemtown 3. On to the next sport.
That's it for us, Cookie. You play basketball in the winter and softball in the spring. Me and Lulu do swimming and track. It's over for us.
So it is.
I wanted to win for you so bad, Cookie. I could have played better. I'm sorry.
You did great. And we did win. Jefferson just scored more goals.
We came so close.
A game. That's all.
You're always so strong.
Shut up, or I'll kick you in your butt all over this locker room.
You're my best friends forever.
It was a crazy season, and we went to the county championship game.
I'll never forget how you two played on that field today. You were amazing. That was the best thing about warming the bench. I got to see how good you two truly are.
Look at that clean machine. You could use a little playing time, honey.
Carmen holds on to Helen and rubs her muddy jersey against hers. Helen tries to escape Carmen's grasp, but is clearly overpowered. Liz joins in by taking off her filthy socks and rubbing them on Helen's bare arms and face. Carmen and Liz howl like attacked hyenas. They don't stop their assault until Helen is as dirty as they are.
Cut it out! Get off me! You guys stink! You're crazy!
Oh, you got some game, sister.
jerks!
This calls for a picture. You got to look at yourself, cutie.
Don't you dare! Let go! Maniac! Help!
Hold her head up. She's got game.
You're hot, Lulu.
Idiots!
My turn.
Cut it out! I mean it!
Hold her up. Perfecto. Check it out.
Yours is way better.
Everything's a joke to you. Jerks!
I think I need another shot. My. She's way too sensitive.
I give her 30 seconds before she comes back.
I give her less than that.
You know what? I hate about you guys.
That we didn't give you a nuggie while we were at it.
That we forgot to give you a wedgie.
Get your sassy big butt back in, girl.
There you go.
It's okay, guys. Thanks for being so great to me for these past couple weeks.
It's
We
nothing.
love you, Cookie.
You know, my dad being a lawyer and my mom being a doctor, they always believe in answering all the questions straight out. no holds barred. So when we were in kindergarten, I remember my grandparents' day at school, and I was so jealous that everybody but me seemed to have grandparents show up to class. I asked my dad when his father died. He said when he was 17, same as me. I thought that if my dad's dad died when he was 17, that my dad would die when I was 17. I wrote stick figures on a piece of paper to see how long it would be before dad died. 12 years. I asked him, when I'm 17, are you gonna die? Any other dad would have just said, of course I won't die on you. But dad, being dad, said, no one knows for sure. But I guess I did know. Boop. When we were in third grade and your mom died, I felt so awful for you and Doc. 10 years later, I still do. I never knew what to say to you.
We're just kids.
I loved Uncle Charlie.
That's one thing I'm so grateful for. That you girls gave me the words of comfort. Hearing you tell me what a cool uncle he was to you and what a good friend he was to you made me appreciate even more what a great dad he was to me. I'm so glad he lived long enough to say to me, you become a very fine young woman.
You have.
I'm so grateful for the scheme team, and it's getting better and it's getting together at Herc and Flip's house.
It'll be great.
Dad would have loved the game. Mom said sometimes these things hit you way past the time they happen. 2 weeks, and I still can't shed one tear.
That's okay, Cookie. We're shedding them for you.
Blackout. Scene 5, birth. Friday, December 25th, the den of Helen's house. At center is a bench and a couch with end tables on either side. They sing the traditional Irish folk song, The Wild Rover. Throughout this entire scene, Nick takes random pictures.
That song is so cool.
I love that song. Okay, let's do the grab bag.
Geez, what's the rush?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
The babies have spoken.
Don't be such a poop head, Doc.
Helen picks up all the gifts and stacks them on the floor in front of the couch.
Okay, now, you remember the rules.
Remind us, Miss Manners.
Whoop, whoop.
This year, it had to cost under $10 and it had to be made by hand.
You forgot the part about losing the gift, and you turned to pick the next gift if you can't guess who made it.
I was just testing you.
And you go on like you couldn't care less.
All right. Let's go.
Hostess?
Helen closes her eyes. Liz shuffles all the gifts. With eyes shut, Helen picks up a gift, opens her eyes, and reads.
Phil.
Whoop, whoop.
What I always wanted, a gift wrap package.
Shut up and open it.
Phil opens the package, removes an ink on paper caricature of himself. He smiles appreciatively and hugs Carmen.
Cool. That's beautiful, Cookie.
What makes you so sure it's me?
Who else could draw that good?
I would have framed it, but not for under $10.
Let me see.
That's so funny.
It's perfect. That you made his most prominent feature, his big mouth.
When I drew it, that's all I saw.
Look what's coming out of his mouth. Whoop, 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 whoop.
That is so annoying. Did you have to encourage him?
That is such an awesome talent, what Cookie.
Great job.
Instant gratification. I can go home now.
Okay, because you guessed the giver, you keep your gift.
Who else would want it?
And it's your pick. Don't peek.
Helen shuffles the gifts. As Phil puts his hand over his eyes, he picks up one package.
Herc?
Mike holds the package and feigns collapsing under its weight.
This is so heavy. Is there anything in this?
It's an ink blot as a portrait of your brain.
Thanks, brother.
He opens the package and removes a guitar pick.
A pick. A bit rough, but sweet. Thanks, whoever.
Gotta guess.
Can't be Carmen.
Hey, he's awake.
Whoop, whoop.
I don't know. Babe?
How could you? You know no boyfriend-girlfriend combinations allowed.
I can't get this guy. You had only 3 choices by default. Liz, Phil, or me. And you find a 4th choice.
I'm telling you, someone needs to do a brain scan.
Okay, sorry. Whoever you are out there,
Give me the pick. Ooh, that hurts. Coal in the stocking.
That's cold.
You're relentless.
Whoop, whoop.
I choose again. Mix them up. Lulu?
Helen mixes the gifts and Phil selects blindly and reads.
Cookie?
He hands Carmen the gift, which she unwraps immediately.
Hope it's a straitjacket.
None known to man can restrain her.
That's because a man made it.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoa, a poem. 12 lines with my name, Carmen Walker, running down it.
What's that called again?
An acrostic. Read it.
It's titled Cookie Cutter Carmen.
Check out the alliteration.
School's out. Can it? Whoop whoop.
Cookie Cutter Carmen sings a song of love, and her legs fly faster than the wings of a dove. Remember this chick from head to toe? Maybe one day the world will know. Every good thing she does, everything she's done for her crew. Now that's Doc, Flip, and Boop, Herc, and Lulu too. We've seen her foes on the field grow pale as she scored for Itemtown and soon for Yale. Loved the way she stormed the stage, kissed her when she was in a rage, embraced her when we couldn't get a start, regained our gusto thanks to her big heart. Well, I guess it's my turn to cry. Thanks, Mike.
How did you know?
I just did.
I never thought you, bro.
Herc, I didn't know you had it in you.
Never doubt Mike.
Never doubt Mike.
Whoop whoop.
Doc, you can retire from writing after hearing that poem.
Good writers are a dime a dozen.
Whoop whoop.
You okay, Cookie?
You're the best friends I could ever have.
BFF.
I love you, cuz.
I love you better.
Whoop whoop.
You're definitely going to Yale.
Yeah, early decision deadline passed.
Man, Dr. Cornell and Cookie to Yale, the Ivy couple.
The holiday's over.
Every day's a holiday with you guys.
You rule.
You get Mike's pick too.
You know the rules. You can't give it to him without the permission of the giver at the end of the grab bag.
Control freak.
Close your eyes.
Phil mixes the gifts. Carmen closes her eyes and selects a gift. Hands
Lily.
the gift to Helen.
Oh, wow.
Opens the gift, a DVD, and reads.
Scenes from Helen Peters' senior year at Itemtown 2009. Side A, Helen Peters on Talent Night. Side B, Helen Peters in The Unknown Soldier. Who else? I ain't biting. Thanks, Phil. I love it.
You're welcome.
Whoop whoop.
Almost had you.
Not for a second.
Phil mixes gifts. Helen closes her eyes and selects.
Nick,
And my gift comes from Nick. Not fair.
be nice to your brother.
You won't be disappointed. This one has to be from Lulu.
Removes the show program from the package, thumbs through it to Helen.
Your program from the Unknown Soldier.
Wow, a collector's item.
I can't take this, Lulu.
Why not?
Look who signed it.
Carmen's dad, I know.
Don't you want to keep it?
Read what I wrote on page 5 near my bio.
Dear Nick, you've been like a brother to me all these years. Keep this program as a reminder of how you got me off my high horse through the part of lieutenant into the higher understanding of myself. You can create anything you want to put your mind to. Write about the scheme team. We'll be waiting to read it. Love always, Helen.
If you whoop whoop that, I'll break every bone in your body.
Sweet.
Don't encourage him. He's a masculinist. You have no idea how much this gift means to me.
You're welcome. I'm glad you like it. And how much yours means to me, Phil.
Aw, we're having a love fest.
Whoop whoop. Hands the last gift to Liz.
For you.
Herc, I could kill you. A bit rough? I made that pick by hand. It took me weeks of cutting, filing, shaving, sanding, staining, and shellacking.
Sorry.
Don't give it to him, Cookie.
Mike takes the pick from Carmen's hand and hugs Liz.
I love it. I love you.
I was trying so hard not to spill the beans, but I wanted to scream, who else calls you the best guitarist in the world?
I'll take it with me to boot camp and use it everywhere I go.
Can't believe you're enlisting.
Or that you're getting married.
It'll be great.
2 maids of honor.
So, Herc, who you taking to the senior prom?
Jerk.
Liz opens her gift, a photo of the skiing team. She bites her lip.
Aw, us.
At Pizza.
Herc ate the whole pizza by himself.
You did all right that night.
Our last Christmas together.
No, it's not.
You'll be in Berkeley. I'll be in Georgetown. Cookie in Yale. Doc in Cornell. Herc's going to Paris Island, South Carolina for basic training, then God knows where. And Lulu's staying local. We're breaking up.
We still have 6 months together.
We'll always have Facebook.
Somebody kill this guy.
When I think of it, I want to die.
Nah, just another bird.
I know we had no choice in how we met. Our parents became friends and got us together, but sometimes I wonder what kept us together all these years.
It's crazy.
And I wonder what'll keep us together.
You.
Without a doubt, honey.
Lulu, call your mom and dad down to get a picture of us.
Why bother?
This picture is perfect.
End of play. Thank you, everyone. So make sure to fill out the audience questionnaire and survey. And tonight is play 2. Join us tomorrow night again at 8 o'clock for Alice in Neverland, our next finalists of the New Play Festival.